Welcome to Volatility Trading Strategies. So I'm very excited today to introduce a brand new strategy called VTS Discretionary. Now, it's not new to me. I've been a full-time investor using these types of trades for about 12 years now, but it's definitely new to all of you in the community. So let me get into some details. So for a while now, our diversified portfolio, which I call the total portfolio solution, has been made up of three uncorrelated strategies. This is the old allocation where the VTS Tactical Balanced was 50% of the portfolio. This core strategy rotates between holdings in stocks, bonds, or gold depending on market conditions. The VTS Combined Volatility was 25% of the portfolio. This is a growth strategy investing in the various volatility ETPs such as ZIV, VXX, SVXY, as well as plenty of cash positions. And finally, the VTS Iron Condor strategy was the remaining 25%, which, as the name suggests, it trades what is, in my opinion, the best option trading spread out there, the Iron Condor. But the exciting change now is that we're adding a fourth strategy to the portfolio. The original three are still there, but you can see that sliver of a 10% allocation to the new VTS Discretionary strategy. And to make room for it, I've scaled back the exposure of both Combined Volatility and Iron Condors from the original 25% to now just 20% each. Nothing ever changes going backwards, of course. But starting March 1st, 2018, the VTS Total Portfolio Solution will start reflecting the allocation changes. So now let's talk about what this new strategy actually is, and the title is a giveaway. It's discretionary, which means that I'll be choosing all of the trades that it takes, the underlying instruments, the entry and exit points, and all the parameters from start to finish. Now, I make a point to say this because the other three strategies we have are very systematic in nature. They have strict trading rules that govern all of those parameters in a much more mechanical way. In my opinion, quant-based investing is the most reliable and should make up the bulk of any investment portfolio. But this strategy is not like that. I'll be taking all kinds of trades here, and I'm really trying to accomplish two goals. The first is, as always, we're trying to outperform the S&P 500 on both absolute and risk-adjusted performance. I've talked about this a lot over the years, but roughly 80 to 90% of fund managers underperform the S&P 500 in the long run. Yet on its own, over the last 20 years, even when reinvesting dividends along the way, the S&P has only returned about 7% a year. When adjusted for inflation, it's less than 5%, so most people are below that. And considering markets are near all-time highs, and we're heading into year 10 of this now second longest bull market in history, the next 20 years may be even less. The bottom line is most investors unfortunately only see a very low single-digit rate of return in the long run, so it's always my first goal to beat the S&P. But the second goal here is to use this strategy as a backdrop for teaching purposes. Our VTS community is growing, and I'm getting more and more questions from people asking about other trades outside of the existing three strategies. People ask me, hey, do you ever trade individual stocks or short stocks? Maybe do some pairs trading. What other option trades are good besides just Iron Condors? What about Bitcoin? So this new VTS discretionary strategy is just another way for me to give back to the community. Now, most people have jobs, they have families, hobbies. They're just busy, and most people just follow the signals, which is totally fine. But some of you are self-directed investors, and you do have an interest in self-investing small portions of your own capital, and I'd like to help you out any way that I can. Now, investing is hard, so you definitely want to wade into this venture slowly. And to be honest, most people would be better off just trading in a practice paper account for a little while before allocating real capital. But I just want to add as much value as I can for your subscription to my work. We've got the actual trade signals, of course. I've got a daily blog that people seem to enjoy. And I do make videos about general investing topics just to help people make better financial decisions. And now with this new strategy, I'll be able to get more specific with actual trade analysis. I'll be targeting about one trade per month. We can let them run if necessary, and I'll be navigating with a roughly 10% stop loss for each of these trades. Since the strategy is 10% of the total portfolio, that means that each trade will target risk of about 1% of total capital. Now let me get into some of these possible trades that we'll be getting into. We've got basic long individual stocks. I'll talk about how to short stocks correctly. We can do stock replacements and risk reversals. I'll introduce martingaling and how to make it a little safer. There's also many good types of option spreads beyond just our Iron Condors, like calendars, strangles, ratio spreads, jade lizards. I know they have funny names sometimes, and we'll get into what they mean. And then we can also do wheel trades and different types of pairs trading. We can even go over ways to trade the blockchain. So lots of choices here, and we can definitely stay busy for a while with all the potential variety. I'll also do a detailed article or video explaining each different trade type, and of course I'll field any questions that you have along the way. This is for you after all. Another idea I have, we'll see if it pans out or not, but perhaps I can call some of my friends in the investment world and I can do collaborations with them and maybe they'll introduce some of their go-to trade strategies. I'm just trying to build the best service possible, and this will add to that. So as always, if you have any questions at all about this video or any of my other work, please don't hesitate to contact me. I'm always here to help. Thanks for watching. So go ahead and click the link right here, sign up for the VTS newsletter, and when you do, you're going to get full access to all of my trading strategies for a full month absolutely free. And if you are new here, please consider subscribing to my channel. Also, if you have any questions or comments, I'd love to hear from you. So go ahead and leave those in the comment section below. See you next time.